What's going on, everybody? It is your Digi-daddies here with you with another deck list. This time, one that I've been having the most fun with and have gone undefeated with at a couple of tournaments now. Amazing list, lots of fun. It's actually like one of the most fun decks I've played for a very long time. So I'd like to share with you guys. To kick it off, the deck is Metalgarurumon Jogress is what I've been calling it. And it's a blast, and we'll go through some of the combos we go through. First things first, we got to start with the babies. We got a Patamon. This is the one, whenever you play a Digimon out from one of your sources, you gain one memory. We only want to run 4 because we only want to see this guy. This guy is what makes our combos pop and feel a little bit better as we go through. And it helps our Leopard Mods also not cost 4, which is important for whenever we need to use a Leopard Mod to get in with some cheeky little damage. Next, for our rookie count, we've got 4 BT1 Gabumon. Pretty self-explanatory. On play, draw a card. Synergizes with what the entire deck does, which is play things out from underneath the stack. So we're able to draw plenty of cards, build a big board, and just generate advantage. We are running 1 Madoki Patamon for the certain matchups that we need to stop memory gainers and just other little things like that. Next, we have the Gomamon that was made for the Waymon deck. Works just as good here. On play, whenever it's played from a Digivolution source, draw 2 cards. I like drawing cards. I hope you do too. And then we have some of the best cards that came out of the BT8, especially for Jogress in particular. And that is, there's a couple of other rookies that have similar effects, but this is the blue one. This is Patamon. He has an inheritable that says at the end of your turn, may DNA Digivolve this Digimon into one of your into another Digimon from your hand by paying its memory cost. As you know, most Jogresses don't cost any memory. Essentially, you can pass turn and Jogress into your Shakua or Kite Maramon. On to champions, we've got our Garurumon here. The centerpiece, I would say, to the Metalgarurumon, like the best piece for it, because whenever you swing Metalgarurumon, you're able to play this thing out from underneath, restand Metalgarurumon, and as long as he didn't die to security or whatever he swung at, you're able to swing again and hopefully play an Anjaman and Kilamon or Tobimon also from underneath, setting up another possible Jogress to expand your board and go in even harder. One of my favorite cards, honestly. How many times people have passed me 6 thinking I can't kill them? Or like they've passed me 4 and I've double hammer sparked. Just hard casted this to restand something so I could swing for game is too many to count. Next we have Toby. Now, blue doesn't have until the starter decks, it doesn't have a card that can come out if you have another color, and there definitely isn't one for the yellow. So what we do is we use Toby for evolutions over our Patamons, and just a hard cast in case we have like an Aquilo or an Anjaman out that we need to be able to cast, Jogress, and do some more stuff with board control. We'll get more into the Jogress board control stuff as we get there. And next we have another major centerpiece of the deck, which is Anjaman. This card helps us from losing games and stops us from losing games. His main effect is your turn when this Digimon would Digivolve, meaning whenever it Digivolves into its next evolution, whether it's Jogress or just Digivolving over top of it, you cover 1 as long as you have 3 or fewer. So there's been a ton of times where people have knocked me down to 1 or 0, and I've promoted an Anjaman, Digivolved into a Shakuamon or Jogress into a Shakuamon, recovered 2, and just kept myself alive with just that little bit of recovery while also being able to remove or bounce things thanks to Shakuamon's effect. Because we are running Shakuamon, we do need a few yellow sources. So we run 2 in Kilamon. This is pretty self-explanatory, and it's actually really nice opening plays that whenever someone started to build a board, you can promote a Garurumon. Let's say you have a Davis out, they put you to 3. You can hard cast this in Kilo because you have a blue Digimon, its cost is reduced by 1. You hard cast it for 3, Jogress into Shakuamon. Shakuamon then bounces back whatever they have on board, and then you can end turn by Digivolving into Metalgaruru or even Leopard Mod, and go from there. Okay, that's in Kilomon. Oh, also his inheritable effect is if you have a blue Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 whenever you swing. Again, whenever he's on top of, or whenever he's in the Metalgarurumon stack, you're always proccing that. So Metalgarurumon swing, minus 3k to something because they in Kilo, play a Garurumon, restand, swing again, minus another 3,000. 6,000 for 2 swings will kill most things on board, especially like any of the level 5s that Mastimon runs or Armor Rush runs. And that's not to even mention that it comes with Shakuamon, which does have the same exact effect. So now you're able to minus it 12k off your 2 swings, and it's bonkers. Next we have a for our level 5s, we have Arrow Vidramon. One of the problems I was finding when I first built the deck was level 5s, Jogressing, like I need to have them. So I need a level 5. I need to get something to get there. And this used to be Majiramon because it would help my Metalgarurumon restand. Having some success with Arrow Vidramon, just because like I can Digivolve this onto like something like I played. So like I'll swing Metalgarurumon, play a Garurumon, restand, swing again. And now like let's say I didn't kill them, but now my Garurumon is suspended and I'm kind of worried about that. I don't want it to die. One of the Garurumons I just played can now Digivolve into Arrow Vidramon and restand, as long as I have a Davis out, restand my Metalgarurumon, and now he's no longer in danger of getting swung through. Plus, he has the inheritable of whenever the Digimon restands, gives jamming, helps our Garurumon get through the entire security stack. As long as it's got jamming, it ain't gonna die. And that's fantastic and a great ability. He is a pretty high play cost, so you're not looking to really hard cast this thing ever. You're really just looking to get it out to help like restand some of our stuff to keep tempo going. keep things from dying, and so forth. Next, we have our first Jogress Digivolution. We have Kite Maramon. This is the best card, period, out of BT8. You can Jogress any colors, 2 blues, a yellow, blue, 2 yellows, whatever you got on the board, it can Jogress into this. And this thing's one Digivolving effect. You may place level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash under this Digivolution as a Digivolution source. Then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 for each color it has. So in this deck, the max it will have will be 3. I know other decks can utilize it a little bit better, getting that minus 4k off. And that's until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that minus effect stays. So again, we can use something like Chimeramon to keep some of our other stuff alive. Where if you're thinking, okay, it's going to swing into my Metalgarurumon, they've got a Mastimon at 13k. Well, if you Chimeramon, that Mastimon's now going to be at 10k. And it can no longer swing through that Metalgarurumon. And in fact, you can probably swing over if you've got more memory to do stuff that you need to do to get into it and swing into it. Chimeramon is a fantastic card. It also has a secondary effect. Again, it won't affect this deck as much, but the secondary effect is when this card, or first the card is treated as any color in its Digivolution sources, and then while the card has 4 colors, it gains 4,000 DP, making it a 12k. But again, irrelevant for this deck because we do have no way to make it into the 4k or the 4-color monsters could be. And there's things we could try with it, but I like the way the deck runs down. I think it's perfect the way it is. It's just enough of a minus to get through most of the stuff. Next we have probably the best card in the deck after Metalgarurumon, which is Shakuamon. Shakuamon is a new Jogress Digivolution, or DNA Digivolve, I guess I'll be calling it Jogress this whole time, is a new DNA Digivolution card that says you can do a yellow-blue level 4, stick it underneath, Digivolve for free. When Digivolving effect, if you have 5 or fewer security, recover 1. Then if you DNA Digivolve, return one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the number of cards in your security stack. Now, because you can have 5 security stacks and recover, you can put it to 6 and bounce level 6 back to the hand. Fantastic card, fantastic ability. The Inheritables, even monsters, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000. When this is paired with an Ankylo, there ain't nothing staying on board whenever you're swinging it twice with a Metalgaruru. Fantastic card. Even if you don't Jogress into it, I've used this thing to just Digivolve over an Anjaman to recover 2 if I needed to put myself back to 5 to make sure they can't get through me. And since there's so much recovery in the deck, I've added a few option cards to try to also help take advantage of that. Plus, we need some spot removal, which I'll get to in a minute. Next, we have the boy himself, the best card in the deck, the card you need to win the game, and it's Metalgarurumon from BT1. When attacking, play a level 4 lower Digivolution card from underneath this card as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. Fantastic ability with Jogress or DNA Digivolve because we're able to put 2 level 4s underneath this thing. And if one of them's a Garurumon, then we're going to replay both those level 4s. What this deck does, it's kind of similar to what Imperialmon's going to do with a little bit more board control, with the minusing and taking out things. It's a very powerful deck. It feels fantastic running it, and it's just a blast of a time. It's I can't express it more. Next, we have Leopard Mod. He is kind of the side card. I've looked at a few other things that we can run because we do have yellow level 4s and 5s. I thought about maybe adding Kazusuchimon and stuff like that into the deck to maybe help with that recovery and help with some aggression, which isn't a bad play and definitely not a bad thing. And I might have to toy around with that. But Leopard Mod synergizes again with what the deck wants to do, which is why I like giving it its opportunity to run rampant because the card has been basically useless up until this point. When Digivolving effect, play a level 4 out from underneath the sources as a new Digimon without paying its memory cost, just like Metalgaruru, but this time it's on Digivolve. Why this is important. With the new baby, or the old baby, it's a BT7 baby. With that Pokemon, this is no longer a 4-cost evolution. It is now a 3-cost evolution. You do not have to pass turn. Plus, secondary effect, all level 4 lowers gain jamming. I can't tell you how many times because like the scariest part with Jogressing is that people want to take advantage of it, right? You want to swing 2 times, then Jogress and whatever, yada yada. But if they don't live, you can't Jogress. So the scariest thing is swinging with those level 4s. So sometimes you just Jogress and you miss the opportunity to swing twice. Not with Leopard Mod. Leopardmon's like, boom, they all got jamming, go nuts, have fun, do what you gotta do, don't be afraid of nothing. He opens the gates to go in hard and go in heavy. He's one of my favorite cards from this in this deck, and honestly, I don't think I would change him. He's come out on top multiple times. Playing blue, you know what it is, it's Ice Wall. We are running 4 Hammer Sparks Weeks again. We want to extend those plays so that we can do as much as possible. And next we are running 2 Codis Breath. Hard spot removal cards. This is for the OTK matchup. Whenever anyone's trying to swing at you with 5 security checks, 3 security checks, something that would normally be super scary comes out, boom, gone, get it out of here. It also bounces, so it gets around a lot of those X antibody effects where it says, oh, you can't remove me by deletion. Well, I can bounce it, and I'm going to. Now, if they do hit it with the Breath of Gods, obviously, what are you going to do? Nothing. You just hope and pray that, 1, they don't have the Breath of the Gods in hand, and 2, what are you going to do if they do? You can't really, because at that point, you can't remove it. So it is what it is. I mean, you can. There's an option card in the starter deck, purple, yellow, that puts it into their security, so that's technically a way to get around the wording. But irrelevant in this deck. I don't even know why I brought it up. And then to round it off, we have our 4-cost Tamers. Davis, you love him, you know him, you hate him. Anyway, this is, like I said, this is the undefeated deck from a couple tournaments that I've run now. It's got no problem over Armor Rush. Ran over 3 of them because they just can't keep up tempo when my minuses just keep them removed from the board. The Magna was a little bit of an issue, but again, you minus it enough, it dies. Mastimon, it's not fast enough. As long as you can keep on top of it, you can get in there and take it out and control the level 5 game, which is important. So don't be afraid to cast that Kokoda's Breath to bounce back that Gatomon or whatever else needs to go back, because they're not allowed to have that thing on board. It helps them get into Mastimon too easily. And that's whenever you start losing things, when Lusamons pop out and go, bye, MetalGarurumon. Here's the other matchups. Imperial, again, this does what Imperial wants to do better. It just goes in ham and it does a bunch of stuff and it spreads wide. Everything's got minus. With Leopard Mod out, you got jamming. If you get it, God forbid, you get a Metal and a Leopard Mod out, call it a day. You probably already won the game, hopefully in game 3. The hardest matchup this thing has is the X Antibody, but again, I'm faster than it. You go faster than it because MetalGarurumon lets you spread your board. They could be staring down 3 Digimon, maybe 4, before they get to their first ultimate, and then they're basically like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, because there is nothing for them to do because you're going to win. That's how the deck plays out. Thank you guys for coming by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, show some love to some of our other videos. Go check them out. Let us know if you like the deck. Let us know if you tried the deck. Let us know if you've even thought about the deck. Comment. Let us know. Share. Always a pleasure speaking with you guys. Again, I've been your Digi-Daddy. Goodbye.